There you go.
I did it.
You did it. All right. Well, good evening, everyone. It's just past 7 o'clock. We are excited that you're here joining us tonight. My name is Sandra McGonigal, and I am the superintendent for the Los Altos School District. And my friend here tonight with me is Greg, or Gregory Drummond, and he is our Director of Teaching and Learning in our Curriculum and Instruction Office. So we are here tonight to talk to families who are interested in transitional kindergarten, in kindergarten, or just interested in joining our community of learners, regardless of grade level. And it's the night where we hope we answer lots of questions for you, give you a great overview of our district and our programs. And we will have some time at the end of the presentation to answer questions you might have. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So when we talk about Los Altos School District, I want you to feel really confident when you're making a choice for your child to attend school.
Sandra, but since we
Excuse me. When you're making a choice for your child to attend school, that you feel very confident that children in Los Altos School District receive an outstanding education. You're going to hear a lot about it tonight. They get deep knowledge and important content and knowledge and information, but we also provide much more than that. We really want to make sure that we are preparing students for lifelong learning. We think about this as future-ready students or students who are prepared to take on the challenges that life might throw at them throughout their entire lives. So we look at this and have developed this portrait of a learner with our community to really highlight those 6 C's. You can read them there, those important skills and attitudes and dispositions so that students can solve the problems of the world now and in the future. So we are really excited about the type of learning experience that your student gets when they join us in Los Altos School District. We have an incredibly student-centered approach. We want to make sure that students feel empowered to really drive their own learning. And that starts in our transitional kindergarten program. We don't wait until kids are later to empower them. From the get-go, they have an opportunity to have some choice in what they're learning and how they're expressing their learning. They're developing all sorts of skills, not only the academic skills, but the social and emotional skills that they need to be a productive citizen and a really productive learner. Let's see. And one thing we love about our community is our small neighborhood schools. I think it's really what sets us apart from a lot of folks. Most of our students walk, bike, or stroll to their school. They know their neighbors. Their family becomes a part of the school community, and it's really an outstanding experience for kids. A little bit more, you can just see kind of the pedagogical methods that we use to make sure that students are thriving in this student-centered approach. So much of our learning is hands-on. We do project-based learning, inquiry-based learning. And like I said earlier, it's not only the academics, we are making sure that we are developing social and emotional wellness and skills and attitudes for our students across every grade level. Is this me or you, Gregory? Still me?
That's still you.
All right. Our program, so we have a really broad program thanks to great partnerships within our community. We have an outstanding STEM program. We have taken great care to actually expand our wellness program for students to make sure that students, as we recover from the pandemic, that they have opportunities for counseling and for social and emotional and wellness support. We have a great arts program. Our living classroom, which is a garden-based program at all of our schools, is really outstanding. And of course, we are the leaders across the world around computer science. And we start computer science in transitional kindergarten and really develop those thinking skills for students. So we'll give you just a taste of what our district is able to offer for you by watching this video.
New snap words we have.
Los Altos School District is an amazing school district and a great place for students to learn and for families to become involved in their child's education.
So do you see the new ones are in green? Green. And yellow. And yellow.
I think the teachers and staff really tune into each child and tries to bring resources and tools that'll make the child succeed.
As a district, we value the social emotional development of students as much as we value the academics. And we have instructional support coaches and instructional support teachers in STEM and literacy.
Students are high achieving in the Los Altos School District because they have an interest in learning all around. And they like to show their learning. They like to share with the teacher and with each other. They're collaborative.
Our students, I feel like, are getting a really well-rounded program here.
Now, swish your paintbrush in the water and look at how clean your water stays.
We have an amazing art docent program.
1 and 2 and 3.
Phenomenal music education program. Our librarian tunes into what the teachers are teaching in class. We're teaching our students the genre of memoir. She read to them a memoir.
Kids see that learning is all related across content areas. It's not just now we're doing math or now we're doing writing, but you can do all of those things together because learning utilizes all of those skills.
The foundation is proud to support STEM, arts, wellness, and literacy. In all of those subjects, we have junior high electives. So there's things like yearbook, robotics, world languages. We support PE teachers at the elementary schools.
What's the difference?
If you look at Los Altos, it's not focused on necessarily just this individual path and growth. Certainly there's that aspect of it, but it's trying to tie it back to communities, trying to tie it back to emotional intelligence, to group work, to leadership. And I think those are the keys for the future.
Right there. Yes.
Yeah.
When students leave our schools, they will own their learning. We have tremendous resources at our disposal, and we want more than a baseline education for our students. We want an exemplary education, and we have it. All righty. Oh, no, we don't want to watch that again. So that's a little bit about the programs that we offer during the school day. We want to make sure that you know that we also have after-school programs. We work closely with our parent-teacher associations, with our childcare providers, with lots of community resources to make sure that there are lots of interesting and engaging opportunities for learning after school if that's what your family needs. And so we have some opportunities for students who might qualify for a free lunch program to have free after school offerings, as well as fee-based offerings. And they vary by trimester across all of the schools, but lots of different options as the year goes on. I'm going to hand it over to Gregory.
Thanks, Sandra. You know, Sandra's the superintendent, but I have the best job in the school district, and that is that I work with teachers. I provide professional development and support teachers along with a team of instructional support teachers, instructional coaches that really ensure that all of our teachers have all of the tools and tricks that they need to make school a great experience for kids. And I also have the opportunity to walk through classes frequently. And one of the things that just really characterizes Los Altos schools is that in every class I go in, I notice that teachers care about kids and show kids that they matter, and kids feel like they're doing work that matters to them. And it is because our teachers know how to personalize learning for students in a way that makes a difference. They know them well. They take the time to get to know kids and their families, build partnerships with parents to ensure that all of our students are successful, and that they're working together with colleagues as well to ensure that the work goes on. Every Thursday we have professional development for teachers where they're looking specifically at their students and learning about the strategies that they can use to make a difference for those students. We have professional development days that happen across the school year, led by high quality vetted people who are the experts in the field. And it really is a pleasure to see the work that happens here with teachers on behalf of kids. I just want to give you a little flavor of the work that our teachers are doing. This will go into a little bit more depth around the type of classrooms and also the type of skill it takes to really do this for kids.
What else could you do to figure it out?
Every single teacher I had, I love them so much. Let's fix up our bell power. Bug, check to make sure you have a lowercase b, u, and g. Okay.
It's really important to have great teachers in good schools, teams that share a philosophy and really come together with student learning as a focus and a goal.
Instruction is of extremely high quality here. Our teachers know our students. Because they know our students so well, they're able to personalize learning for them. Our teachers care deeply about our students' learning experiences in the classroom. Not only do they care about their academic achievement, they care that they develop skills and competencies to be successful in life.
You have to find this one first.
By looking at the individual needs and looking at ways that children can collaborate and work together, it is beyond what you might see in a scripted kind of curriculum, which is a much more traditional type of approach.
If you come into our classrooms, you'll see students engaged in hands-on learning, especially with the higher level thinking. You'll see students talking with each other. You'll see them engaged with trying new things, explaining their thinking, explaining their reasoning, and really building those skills of collaboration, teamwork, and critical thinking.
Teaching and learning in Los Altos really focuses on responding to students' unique needs. Our teachers are really good at doing that.
You want to pause again before that and split there too.
Relationships are the key to pretty much everything in Los Altos. We value relationships with our teachers, with our staffs, with our students, and we know that if we hire teachers who believe equally in that relationship piece, they're going to be successful.
Makes me so excited.
Well, and what I was just going to say is, I know this is a promotional video, but this is what our classrooms really look like. And it truly is one of the most pleasurable parts of my day to go in and see that going on in our classrooms, and the results show, right? Like we have consistent results where our students comparatively do so much better than the average for the county and for the state. One of the most remarkable, what's the right word here? The remarkable, yes, there you go. For LASD is that in a time where there was so much learning loss for students across the country, our students really didn't show any remarkable learning loss. And we saw that in English language arts and in mathematics. I think we doubled up on our slides there.
Yep. I think the second one was mathematics. It really is remarkable. And I give so much credit to our teachers, because our teachers were ready to go back into the classroom. They were working hard when we were remote, and just really doing an outstanding job, because they knew our students so well that they were able to personalize in any format that we needed to at the time. It's amazing. So as you are thinking about making a decision about where your child might start in TK or kindergarten, or if you're new to our community, I really want you to think that you're making a decision beyond just where might my child go to kindergarten. You need to be thinking that you're choosing a school community and a school district that will take your child from where they are now, whether that's an incoming TK student, through 8th grade, and preparing them for high school and beyond. And you're making a choice for more than just your child. When you join our schools, you're making a choice to become a part of a really strong community. We have 9 schools in our district, 7 elementaries and 2 junior high schools, and each one has an incredibly strong school community, and our parents play a really critical role in that. There are opportunities for families to get involved. at all sorts of levels, depending on what your personal situation might be, whether you can be a classroom volunteer, whether you can do at-home support for teachers instead of coming into the classroom. Every one of our school has a myriad of school-wide events where we really rely on our parents' volunteer time to help us run these great events. And the events are not only for students, but for our entire school communities, parents, siblings, all of it. We have incredibly strong parent-teacher associations at each of our 9 school sites. And we're so fortunate to have an incredibly strong education foundation that supports us to be able to staff outstanding programs for students so we can offer that really well-rounded education that we pride ourselves on. Each of our schools, this is just a snapshot for you looking at one particular elementary school, but each of our schools has their own traditions. All 9 of our schools are part of the LASD school system, but they all have their own fantastic flavor with their own special traditions, some common traditions across schools, such as the walkathon or Friday assemblies and back to school nights, but every one of our schools has some really special traditions. One of my favorite upcoming traditions that's happening at our junior high schools, either later this week or next week, is our holiday fair. Where students build their own little they become little entrepreneurs and they decide what they might want to sell. And we invite the entire community to come in. Our 6th graders walk to the junior highs, and it's really an opportunity for them to be incredibly creative, to earn some money, to decide whether or not they actually made a product that was worth somebody buying. And then I believe some of those funds go back to the school community as well, which is really fantastic. But that's one of just a flavor of our junior high traditions. Let's talk a little bit about transitional kindergarten, Greg, because I think a lot of our families here are here to learn about TK.
Sure. Transitional kindergarten, in case you don't know, is the bridge between preschool and kindergarten. So students, kids who are turning 5 between September 2nd, 2023 and April 2nd, 2024 are eligible for a transitional kindergarten. Will you skip to slide 16, Sandra?
Not this one, the next one.
Yep, thank you. The next one. Yeah, I think that this really does a nice job of showing, like our transitional kindergarten really mirrors the day of kindergarten and builds many of the same essential skills that kids would learn in kindergarten, but gives kids the foundation they need to be extremely successful in kindergarten and beyond. We do a really remarkable job of ensuring that kids' experience TK through 8th grade really builds on each other. Our curriculum and our instructional practices ensure that kids have continuity in their experience across grades. That's particularly important in TK and kindergarten when their early learning really matters for what comes next, building the foundational skills. One of the things that characterizes TK is play. If you want to go back to the slide before that, Sandra, I think that this video does a good job of capturing what we mean when we talk about play in transitional kindergarten.
Good morning, boys and girls. It's great to see you. It's time to wave goodbye and blow kisses to moms and dads, brothers and sisters.
Here in the Los Altos School District, we have a transitional kindergarten program. We call it TK, and this is a bridge program between preschool and kindergarten.
Dr. Foster went to Gloucester.
We do singing, we do dancing, we do art, we do a lot of reading of literature, we talk, we play, we work together.
Remember, we only make positive noises.
Our TK staff across the district are angels. They have the patience to take them through the process of recognizing letters and numbers and counting, but also spending a lot of time.
You may go and find your place at the table.
talking about social interaction and body control and all of the things that you'll need in kindergarten to be a focused student.
The opportunity to teach transitional kindergarten came along. Can you sit crisscross and look at Sarah, please?
My shoes is purple color.
Your shoes are purple color. It was a new grade level for public school. And along with my other two TK teachers, we were able to create a program that's just been amazing for children.
Look at how you are. Whoa.
Do you think you're taller now than when you were with your other partner?
I love having students coming into our classroom every day with huge smiles, eager to learn.
And how many fingers do we have?
10.
I have twins. I thought kindergarten would be like TK or more of the same, but it wasn't. They were just like ready, better prepared. They had friends. They got art docent, living classroom, Project Cornerstone, the walkathon. They took part in the STEM Expo.
Ready, nice and tall.
For my older child, we had to go to a private preschool to have a TK experience.
Leg is straight.
But with Aiden's experience here in Los Altos, he went to TK for free. He had a longer day, and the transition for Aiden has been seamless.
Octopus does get excited, as we all do. You boys and girls.
Research is really clear that when students enter kindergarten with solid social emotional skills and solid academic skills, that they will be on track to meet the grade level expectations throughout their schooling.
Who is that, the big red wolf?
And that's what our TK program does, is prepare students for that lifelong successful learning.
Our TK teachers are truly experts at leveraging play, being intentional about how they teach kids through structured and unstructured play. It's really magical to go in and see the work they're doing. Another point, just before we move on, is that we do offer after-school care that's guaranteed for TK students and is free for students, families who qualify for that. And now, if you want to move on, Sandra, I'm sorry, I keep passing you around.
Oh, it's good. I like it.
Just to highlight some of the continuity between TK and kindergarten, particularly in math here, you can see that the concepts really do build on each other, and that foundational work in TK really is important and critical in moving kids to success in kindergarten and beyond. We have a robust, if you want to go to the next slide, early literacy program in LASD for students. We know that students' experience with text and print in when they're very young makes a world of difference for their success in the rest of their lives. And so we take that work very, very seriously in preparing kids for everything that's to come. So our work with kids in literacy in all of our grades, but beginning in TK, has to do with reading, writing, and phonics instruction that's based on the latest science on how kids learn how to read. Our teachers are incredibly qualified and receive ongoing training about this. And kids read from diverse texts where they can see windows into other people's lives and mirrors of their own lives.
So we'll get down to some nitty gritty here. You may or may not know where your neighborhood school is. So I wanted to share this resource for you. You can see this URL here if you have any question about what your neighborhood school might be, because looking over at this map, it's not always clear. So you can plug your address right in here and it will let you know what your home school is. As we close up, we just wanted to share a little bit with you about what our families have shared with us about what they love about our district and what they love about our schools. Always, number one is they love their teachers. And our teachers do an incredible job of communicating with families regularly about the progress, academic and social and emotional progress of their students. Families love that we have a real intentional focus on developing the whole child. all of the knowledge and all of the skills needed to be a really well, successful person. Families love that we provide a really innovative, hands-on experiential learning experience for our students, and that we continue to be a very high-performing school district that is great for kids. So we're really proud of all of those things and appreciate that our families appreciate that as well. Do we want to do a final video, Gregory? Or have we had enough videos?
I think we've seen a lot of videos.
Yeah, I feel like the same way. All of our videos, I think this is the intention of this, on our district website, you can go under who we are and go to our media gallery, and you can find all of these videos and more. Each of our schools, all 9 schools, have their own videos that give you a little flavor into that particular school. All of our programs, our art docent, our living classroom program, they all have special videos. So if you want to really go in deep, you'll see a lot of the same folks throughout the videos, but they all have a real intention to them. So we invite you to go onto our district website and find our media gallery. And I think you'll have all the information you could possibly need. Nope, didn't mean to do that. And right now, registration is open. We have the most fabulous registrar, Bridget, who is eagerly awaiting to connect with you, but we have registration open right now, priority registration through mid-February. So you can find out what you need to register by going onto the district website under parents and community. I think that top link is registration, and it will give you online access. If you prefer to do all of your things online, there's an easy way to do that. But if you would also like to just have a human connection, Bridget loves meeting families at the district office, and you can see her email here. And Bridget would be happy to talk to you over the phone, invite you to come into our office. She has a map to see where people are coming from all over the world as they register within our district. She's really fantastic. So we invite you, if your child meets the criteria, or if you have questions about which grade, if you're moving from another state or another country, you're not sure which grade your child would be registered for, Bridget can help you and get all of those questions answered.
Bridget can help. Just talk to Bridget.
Let's talk to Bridget. She does it all. All right, I think that was our last slide, and now we're going to figure out how we might open it up for questions. So I think you all have, because we have Sarah here who has her hand raised. If you have a question, please feel free to raise your hand, and we'll answer your questions as best as we can or point you in the right direction. Let's see, Sarah. There you are.
Hi, Sarah.
Hello. Can
Hi,
you
Sarah.
hear me, see me, or I don't know how that
We
works.
can't see you, but we can hear you.
Beautiful. So I'm asking because I currently have a kindergartner at Springer Elementary, and I'm going to have a TKer next year. Do you guys know where TK is? And
Yep. We do not know yet. We have our registration open. So right now, this current year, we have 4 TKs. We have one at Santa Rita, we have one at Almond, we have one at Loyola, and we have one over at Oak. And so as we look towards that priority registration deadline of mid-February, that really gives us a sense of do we need to add additional sections? And if we do, then that's when we figure out who has the largest number of folks and work through that. So we will have a better sense of the locations for TK after February.
Okay, this goes to my follow-up question.
Yep.
So according to the Springer schedule, school starts at 8:30 at Springer for my first grader.
Yep.
But 8:45 for my TKer, according to your schedule.
Yep.
that seems fine, no matter where the schools are, but the first grader gets out at 2:40 and the TKer gets out at 2:45. Is there some sort of system in place for TKers
Sure.
since they aren't located at every
Yes.
school?
There absolutely is. And our teachers and our TK, all of our TK classrooms also have an additional adult, an instructional aide. So we have 2 adults in the classroom. And we know that families are traveling from other schools and have other pickups. So that is all worked out, and there's a system that you will be taught. And once you figure out your placement, you'll figure out what that system is, and you'll work with your teacher and your support person there to make sure that it works smoothly.
All right, so we're not going to be getting in trouble every time that we're
Mhm.
showing up 5 minutes after the rest of the parents.
Nope. There's no trouble to be had. We're used to the system, and yeah, you are not the only one.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank
That's
you,
really
Sarah. Appreciate it. All right. Next up, we have Megan. I'm not sure exactly how to say that, but that's my best guess.
Hi. Thank you. Yes, that was perfect.
Oh, excellent.
I have 2 questions. The after school care, so when TK is finished at 2:45, what time does after school care go until, and where is it located?
All of our TK aftercare programs are located on the same site. So depending on which school, the childcare or preschool provider on that site offers that care until 6 o'clock.
Okay, great. And it said that there's some after school activities, and one of the activities were Mandarin. Are there any other languages besides Mandarin?
Oh, absolutely. Depending by school, I know some of our schools offer Hindi, they offer French, they offer Spanish, Mandarin. It's a wide variety, and much of it is community directed. So when I talked about that great parent involvement through PTAs, sometimes you just ask, we'd really like this. And if there's enough interest, they'll try to find somebody to run the program.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Let's see. Jiashi?
Let's see if you got that one.
Hi, yes, this is Jiasi.
Jiasi.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, this is very informative. I appreciate the information provided. Could you talk more about how the teachers personalize the learning for each student? And if a student learns faster or slower than the rest of the crowd, how does the teacher manage the cohort?
Sure, I can take this one. At the start of the year, there's a lot of time teacher spends just getting to know students. And so all of our teachers, both kind of on a social and emotional level, getting to know students, just who they are as a person and getting to know their families, but then also getting to know them academically. And so that means that there's assessment that happens at the beginning of each school year, no matter what grade you're in. Your teacher is going to spend some time getting to know what your student knows and what are some next steps for them. And there's probably a much more lengthy answer to your question that is more specific to every subject, but generally speaking, we use a variety of methods within the curriculum that we use to ensure that teachers have access to the types of tasks that both draw all kids in, no matter whether they are still developing foundational skills or they've already mastered them, so that they can be a part of the lesson or discussion. We also provide teachers with, and they are very skilled at drawing resources to ensure that kids have the types of task, when it's not like a whole group task, but then the type of task that's really specific to their needs. And so they'll do that through small groups or through working one-on-one with students, or assigning and working with them on projects that matter to them the most, through a whole variety of different methods.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see who's next. Caroline?
Yes. Can you guys hear me well?
Yep.
Yes.
Awesome. I have a very basic one. Hopefully that's easy one. So my daughter is going to be turning 5 next year. So May 2023. I just want to making sure I should be registering for K. Is that correct?
I have to go
Or
back.
am I wrong? So May 2023, turning 5.
I'm going just back
Let's
to
find it.
the. Yep, I think that makes sense.
Okay. So yeah,
But
so
Bridget
those-
would be the one who would absolutely know for certain.
Yeah, because this slide showed a kid who will be slightly younger than her, who then should go TK, right?
Right.
So, okay, yeah,
Yep.
I was just a little confused when I see the dates. Just want to making sure I didn't
Yeah,
make a big mistake.
The TK expansion is very interesting because the state is having us roll out, and we appreciate that, but it's a little bit confusing with the dates. We're adding on 2 months every year until we have a full year offering for every 4-year-old for TK. So it makes the dates make it a little more complicated, but I believe your child will be ready for kindergarten.
Okay, got it. Thanks. That's all. Thank you.
Yep. Let's see, JM.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so a quick introduction. We are a family of 4 relocating from Singapore next February. So we have a pair of twins, and they were born in February 2018. So they are turning 5 next February. So a few questions based on our situation. We are going to stay in a housing that's zoned for Almond, and they will start kindergarten, I think, in Almond next August.
Yep.
So can we still, can we sign up for TK, or we have to like look for other alternative?
So if I understand your question, so your children, your twins qualify for kinder, and you're asking if instead of kinder, you can have them join TK?
No, before August. So we arrive next February. So in between February and August, we don't have any, school options for them. So I'm just wondering if we could sign up for TK during that period.
I would suggest you give Bridget a call and explain the dates. I don't want to confirm because the dates all confuse me every time. And just confirm, because there is a smaller window for TK availability. So I wouldn't want to confirm that that's an absolute yes, but it seems like a strong possibility. If your children qualified, you could absolutely begin in February when you move here, as long as you have the information you need to register.
All right, okay. And another question about after school care. So you mentioned that it's actually free for parents who are qualified. So can you define qualified?
So in the state of California, it's based on family income. And if you go onto our district website, or I'm happy to send a link to you if you want to reach out to me, but there is an income limit, and it's typically for low income families who qualify for free lunch, which is misleading because every child in California is getting free lunch right now, but it really is meant for low-income families, and we provide free care for those TK students, but that care is available to any TK student for a fee as well.
I see. All right. So if we are not qualified for the free after-school care, so we will need to pay a fee. And what about the availability? Is it like guaranteed? So if we choose a program, is it like guaranteed that we will get that? For example, if you want to for my kids to join Mandarin, so is it like guaranteed?
So we have a guaranteed childcare program at each of our schools for TK students, but it may not necessarily be the choice program that you're looking for. But that being said, many of our special programs, such as Mandarin, they want to serve the community. So you would, if Almond is your school, you would get connected and then see if they had space. And I think they're pretty good about making space.
All right. Okay, thank you. I'm good.
Okay, thank you, JM. Let's see, Svea.
Hello. So I have actually a question regarding to after school care as well. So you mentioned that it's guaranteed for TK. As I have understood, it's not guaranteed for kindergarteners. And when early registering is needed, then what's the timeline for that so we don't miss it? Because I know that there are lots of kids from other grades that are really interested in that. And I know that in some schools there are actually like long lists, waiting lists. So how should we prepare for that?
So as you get registered and you find out, you know, what is your homeschool and where you will be, you will get connected. And it's not easy to say over here because each of our schools has a different aftercare provider. So you would want to reach out to those aftercare providers. For TK specifically, we'll be sending out a survey. But for other grades, you want to, as soon as you're registered and kind of verified by the district and by Bridget, you want to reach out to the child care on site if that is a big need for you.
Okay, so as we are going to Springer, and I know that their after school program is abracadabra, then probably I should contact them early just to like assure that we have a spot available.
Yep, I would definitely suggest you do that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Let's see, we have Janine.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys for doing this. I'm wondering, what is the current enrollment per class for kindergarten? And I know that there's maximums, but we would be going to Covington. And what is the average class enrollment?
Well, I think you mean class size, yes? Like how many kids in a class?
Yes.
Right now, I think our 2 kindergarten classes at Covington have around 23 in them, but it really depends by school. Some of our classes have about 18 students, and we try our darndest to keep those levels low, 23, 24, 25, but I don't believe we have anything over 24 right now.
Okay, thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Yeah. Let's see. Jiashi, did you have another? Oh, no. Oh, here we go. Angelina.
Yeah, hello. I was just wondering, what is the class size for the TK? We would be looking at, I guess Oak would be our neighborhood school. So just wondering what the class size is for the TK program.
Sure. So right now, oh, I don't have that broken out. So the maximum we can do, according to the state, is 24 students, and that's 2 adults. So it's a kind of 1-to-12 ratio. I don't believe any of our TKs are larger than maybe 20.
Okay.
Again, we're trying to keep those on the lower side because we know that the needs are higher with our youngest students.
Great, thank you. And then I have just one more question.
Sure.
Right now we're currently at a preschool, and I'm just wondering, like, if we register for TK, when do we find out, I guess, if we get in, or how does that work as far as enrollment and registration?
So as soon as you go through the process with Bridget or online with Bridget, and you are enrolled, it's guaranteed. We take everybody, we serve all students. We will have a better idea of where exactly your TK will be after that, probably February, early March timeframe. And then because we register students year round, you can register tomorrow if your child met the criteria or moved into the district. So we keep a really close eye throughout summer, really, until fall. But we try to give you a good sense hopefully by March of what your school will be.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Let's see, Jong Ho.
Hello?
Hi there.
Hi. Thank you so much for this amazing presentation. Really appreciate it, especially at this hour. I think you partially answered the question that I had, but if we're planning to move to an address within the school district, because we think the school district is amazing, early next year, and we were wondering if there would be any type of kind of disadvantages if you register later in the registration period that ends in February, because it might take some time for us to line up all the required documents to
Right.
make sure that we prove our residency, right? So
Yeah, there's really no disadvantage. It's just a mark. We really try to get that initial registrations in because it helps us with staffing, by March. By March, we have an idea of what teachers might be retiring, and we want to get those best new teachers in early. So there's no real disadvantage to you. It's just more of an advantage for us.
got it. So it's not like any rolling registration or anything like that. It's as long as you meet the deadline, it's pretty much the same.
Yep. We register you all year round.
Got it. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, take care. Let's see. Wendy.
Hi.
Hi there.
Hi there. Hi. So question is, my child has been in independent school. We're looking to transition him into junior high, and our homeschool is Block. So as a parent, how can I find out more about the curriculum, and how can we help transition my child into Block into the school, because he's not part of the Los Altos School District right now. So so we're kind of looking for resources how to get him to learn about the electives and getting to know the school and etc.
Yep. So the website is a great place to start. And I would suggest that you reach out either to Greg Land, who's the principal over at Block, or Stacy LaDuke, who is the academic counselor. And, we do tours all the time. We're happy to, especially for new students who are coming from a different space, we're happy to have kids, meet and get information. Sometimes they can take a tour around campus and kind of see what the flavor of the school is. I believe all of the, many of the teachers, if not all of them, have websites. The district on the school website, the elective catalog should be there. Lots of information. I'd suggest you go to the media gallery and look at the Block school video. That gives you a really good sense as well. But Block's an awesome school. It's really great.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Let's see. I see a couple of hands. I see that Jong and Angelina still have their hand raised. Nope. Did we get them all, Gregory?
Looks like we got them all.
All right. Well, folks, we so appreciate you being here tonight. We hope you want to bring your kids to Los Altos School District. It is a great place to learn, and it's a great community to be a part of. So we thank you for your time. And please reach out to Bridget with any questions you might have around registering. And if it's school-based questions too, she's a great resource, or will connect you to the right person. Thank you so much. We